My name is Rhapsody and welcome to Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice is a dice builder from Tan on itch.io, linked in the description down below, and has released its 2.0 version. Now, I was not familiar with this game before the 2.0 version, so to me, this may as well be the 1.0, but to those of you who may be familiar with the game prior, 2.0 now. I've also made sure to set everything up as a blank file here. I have played a little bit of this game before, so I do know a little bit about it, and I'll be able to help tutorialize the game. However, the game itself will also have a tutorial that we're going to be launching into here. Rather than take any extra time, let's just click that normal button, because hard is real hard, and get on into it. So here we can see, obviously, on the left, our entire party: Thief, Fighter, Defender, Healer, and Mage. And over on the right side, we can see the enemies we're fighting: an Archer, 2 Rats, and another Archer at the bottom. The tutorial is asking us to re-roll our dice and tells us if we click a dice, we'll lock it. So this gray-sided dice belongs to the Defender, and if I click it, I will lock it in as the action that I want to commit. All of the rest of them, when I click re-roll, predictably, will be re-rolled. I'm also going to collect this for the Thief, which is a ranged attack. 2 damage at range. Range means it can target enemies in the back row and avoids on-hit passives. So these 2 archers are back row and only have 2 health. So they'll be targeted by the Thief there to instantly die. Reroll once more. Interesting. Tutorial: click on a hero to use their dice and gain mana. So we'll use the mana from the mage here. The mage could have rolled any of these sides. This is the unfurled net of their dice. Of their die, I guess. Unfortunate. We're going to be playing some dice builders on the channel coming up around about now and in the near future. And I am going to say dice and die incorrectly multiple times. And if I try and get in my own head about it, I'm going to do it worse. So let's agree. 50-50. If I get like 50% of them correct, that's good enough. We'll round that up to 1. The mage could have rolled 2 sides with only a single mana, 2 sides with 2 mana, or 2 blank sides. We can also see the unfurled net of each of our characters' die. All right. So the Thief is currently being targeted by this Archer for 2 damage. The enemies also have their own die that they're rolling. So I will preemptively defend by taking that out myself. Then send a random damage on out from the fighter, have the defender defend themselves, and the healer can't heal anyone because no one is currently missing any HP. The yellow pips here indicate the damage that is incoming to that unit. So this rat is going to deal 3 damage to the mage, so we can see 3 of the pips on the mage's health bar are currently grayed out. So here is our kind of intent system. We can see what the enemies are going to be doing, and we can act before them. This game is probably the closest in tone to a lot of the things that I enjoyed about Slay the Spire that I have encountered in a dice builder so far. There is a lot of simplicity in the mechanics here. And I mean, there's an intent system. If you really want to consider it this way, you have 5 characters all at the same time who have a 6-card deck, and you can modify their deck with equipment and levels up over the course of the run. Let's continue. Without anything to do with the last die, I'm going to end my turn. So a tutorial is telling us to right-click on a dice to learn what it does. This is the best side that the defender can get with 3 defense here. So I'm going to lock that in. I'm also going to take the 3 heal from the healer, because that would be enough to save the mage's life at the moment. We can see here the mage's portrait is glowing red. This is telling us that this mage is currently going to die this turn. If I end my turn, done rolling over here, we can see that there's a little skull there indicating that someone will be dying as a result of that. Let's take 2 damage here on the fighter, because that is their best side, as well as enough to take this rat out. All right. So the tutorial is just showing us the different kinds of HP, including green HP, which is 1 incoming poison. Poison does its damage at the end of a turn. Oh, no, don't skip the tutorial. No. I need to leave that up, just in case I forget to explain any of these mechanics. So we also have our spells down here at the bottom. This is what we're purchasing with the mana that we have stored. We can store up to 3 mana in between rounds, 1 out of 3 stored at the moment. We always have access to the spell Burst, which does 2 damage, or shields 2, and costs 2 mana. Because we have the healer, we have access to Mend, the spell Mend, which sets a hero to 3 HP. So that would actually be enough to save the mage at the moment as well. And then Flare we also have access to from the mage here, which is 4 mana for 5 damage. So we can actually use the Mend just to save the mage by itself already, and then have the healer heal itself. Not that that's necessarily actually going to be required at the moment or anything like that, but just to give us a future idea of, standard operating practices and stuff. The defender here has 3 block that they can give to someone. I'll give it to that person. Oh no, wrong person. I'll give it to the mage. You can undo actions unless you've been given new information. So like the effect of a random result or something like that. Although I can't think of any random results in this one. This is a game that is strikingly fair. I think a lot of the times dice builders get labeled with this emergent property of our knowledge of tangible devices like dice, tangible play objects like dice, right? So previously we've experienced, deck builders and a bunch of different card games and things like this. This is a tangible object that people understand and know intimately. And when it's a representative of something in a game, they can draw all of their knowledge of what a card is and how cards often function in as all of this like extracurricular knowledge that they just have alongside them to kind of bootstrap ideas of the game. A dice is often thought of by people as an element of fundamental randomness, of no, there is no control over this, whereas a card seems more individual and controlled. This is to say, I think a lot of the time that roguelikes that are dice builders get unfairly labeled as random, where a deck builder and card would not, just due to this additional perception of the randomness of a die as a physical, tangible game object. I encountered this first when I was playing Tharsis. I don't know if anyone remembers a board game effectively kind of situation about managing resources and saving people on a space station from, ongoing horrors and torments. We'll get back to the game in just a second, trust me. And that game failed because people looked at it, immediately saw a die roll and go, it's random, I just get screwed by the die. Rather than looking at the result of that randomness, seeing what they can do with that, and then trying to push their luck after the fact. That is to say, people would just roll until they got the perfect response, and if they didn't get it, they would feel bad. And I feel people do that more commonly with dice than they do it with cards. And I am going to be actively fighting against that here. You have so much control in this game. You have truly incredible amounts of control over how the game goes. The reroll system is very important. The intent system is very important. These are the accounts that the game is making to make this still functional. I just wanted to get very quick and out there with all of that, because it's, I think, very important to kind of talk about and to keep in mind. I know that I've occasionally felt a little hard done by in a dice builder, but I did the problem. I rolled all of my chances away, hoping that I would get the best result. I need to be more realistic. And this is not just a mission statement reminder to myself, but also to those of you in the audience, because I think there is a lot to get out of this game. Tutorial. Monsters show their intentions and you get to respond. Incoming damage is shown in yellow. Archer trying to flee, will you let them escape? I will. As a reward, one of our characters is leveled up. Either we can level up the fighter into a brute, so we replace this dice with this one, and increase from 5 max HP on the fighter to 8 max HP on the brute. The brute has sides of heavy, 3 damage. Heavy must target the enemy with the most HP, and 2 damage self-shield, so it does damage and also shields the self for 2. And this side which stuns. Stun an enemy with equal or less HP than you. Then we also have the Seer. The Seer has a different spell to the mage, so we will lose access to Flare, but we will gain Foretell. Foretell costs 3 mana and gives you 4 mana next turn. That's the future modifier. Effect is delayed until the start of the next turn. The Seer has 1 space of 1 mana growth. So you use this and it grows, gets +1 after this fight after use. So next time, 2, 3, 4. We also have 2 different single use +3 mana sides. So they're single use, which means they replace themselves with a blank after the fight. We just need to get through a little bit of keyword work here. Trust me, worth it. And this is a poison single use, so it does 1 damage and also inflicts 1 unblockable damage at the end of each turn. I really like Flare. For 4, you can do 5 damage, and we have a healer, so we do have the ability to get 4 mana in a single turn pretty easily. Well, I say pretty easily. The healer just needs to roll 1 of its +2s, and the mage needs to roll 1 of its 2 +2s. We could also get the brute upgrade instead. Stun an enemy with equal or less HP than you. I think we'll do this one. The ability to stun a character is huge. Obviously, prevent all of their incoming damage this turn, and characters can have pretty ridiculous effects. Let's take the brute. Et tu, brute. Okay, so we can see here the goblin is intending to do a 1-hit cleave, so it's 1 damage and will hit both sides as well. Rat's just doing 2 damage itself. Goblin's doing 1-hit cleave. The goblin also has a modifier, I'm out of here. Flees if alone. So we'll attempt to make them alone. Okay. I don't really want to take the 3 shield from the defender. I'd actually prefer to get 1 damage if possible, because the 2 could kill the rat with that. Let's roll again. Should I settle for actually getting a mana, something usable on the healer? I think I should. I should also probably settle for the mage there. And something for the defender. Nice. Okay, we do at least get the ability to kill one of these. Tutorial, undo 3 times in a row. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and then undo, undo, undo. Just to make the tutorial happy. So next turn, I'm going to try and just get 2 more mana and then use Flare to destroy one of the goblins. The other goblin will run away, so we're just going to kill the rat here. Also preventing some incoming damage, and save our 2 mana for the next turn. This game has, interestingly, no music at all. So in the background, the music you are currently hearing is from the Into the Breach OST. Okay, I'm gonna lock that because the healer has half of their sides are any amount of mana. I just need to secure any amount of mana from them. And I'd be able to use Flare. Okay, well, it's fine. We have a backup plan for it. The brute attacks with heavy, and then I follow up with the thief's 2 damage. If there is a skull icon in the end turn, hero is about to die. Cool, we kill one, the other one runs away, and we find an item. Rusty plate. Replace the middle left side. So the middle left side is this one, the central piece of the net. Replace the middle left side with blank, but you get +3 max HP. I mean, that'd be pretty good for letting the brute stun targets relatively a lot, but it takes away one of their best sides in the self-shield. We also have Big Heart. Replace the middle left side with heal 5. I'm going to take a random tier 0 or 2 item. These are tier 1 items. Tier 0 items are much more... what was what I'm looking for? Situational, I guess. And tier 2 items are slightly more powerful. The higher the tier the item, the significantly better it is, but also the much later you get it. I got a 0. Revert all changes to the top side. Okay. Well, we have no changes to any of our top sides, so use the inventory to equip your new item before continuing. It's telling you to do that, but there's no real reason for me to, because I don't have any way for them to be modified yet. Let's take the heavy roll there for the brute, because it's one of their best rolls. We'll take the defender. We'll take 2 damage on the thief. And I'll push my luck on the rolls. Didn't work out great. So we can see the Gnoll here has armor 1, reduce damage from spells and dice by 1. So it's going to be harder to kill that target. Start working on this wolf. And we shield the defender to prevent them from dying this turn and turn. A ranged attack for the thief would be really good. Take out the archer before we have to deal with the Gnoll. Attack and defend on the brute, who is taking 2 damage this turn, seems pretty good to me. Guess I'm also going to take the defender's 3 health there. 2 damage from that. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't want to push my luck here. I'm just going to take a reasonable result, because I can use these dice to save the people that are currently out on the field. So this wolf is killing the mage on the bottom line, so as long as I take that out, there we go, safe. I can use mend and the defend in order to save this defender. The defender is taking 6 damage from the Gnoll just itself. Yeah, nothing else I can do. Okay, so mend, defend, and then I'll burst. 2 damage against the Gnoll. And we keep the defender around. Savvy? I think everything's pretty easy to follow so far. If not, don't worry. It will settle on in quite quickly. Take this extra 2 damage as well. And I'd really like 2 mana. Didn't get it. But that's okay. We have more than enough to take them out with a burst. Okay, next level up, we can have the defender get Armorer, which has shields that cleave, so they hit both myself and each target on either side for me. Also has a 4 shield sign and a shield 1 smith. So you shield the target for 1, and the target also gets +1 to all damage and shield sides this turn. Or we have the medic. The medic changes their ability from mend into heal. Into renew. So sets a hero to 3 HP, sets a hero to 6 HP. Costs twice as much. Has healing with cleave as well. Has 1 2 mana side and a cleanse side. Heal 2 cleanse. Reduce negative effects by 2. Poison, weaken, petrify, and inflict it. I want to go with the armorer here because I really like the smithing sides. That combined with area of effect attacks on any other character, super effective. Ooh. Interesting. So, the alpha, this is a wolf that's summoning a wolf this round. However, my brute is 8 HP. The alpha is 13. No, I don't think I can get the alpha's health low enough that I can stun it. If I could, though, that would be the play. I'll take as much damage as you'll give me. Oh, wow. Actually, can I? So, stun an enemy with equal or less HP than you. Yes. Big hit. Big hit. Stun, preventing the summon of a wolf. An entire wolf. Yeah, end turn. Incredible. Speaking of incredible, we can kill the alpha pretty easily right now. Yeah, I'm not going to push my luck on that. Yeah, so that and Flare kills the alpha. Ooh, but I do have to let my mage die. I'm okay with that, in fact, and we'll be able to see what happens when you let a character die. Wolf is trying to flee, will you let them escape? Yes. Defeated heroes return with half HP for the next round. So we just lose 2 HP currently on the mage. No permanent downside, just a little less HP in the next fight. Okay, choose an item. Add Exert and +1 to all sides, +1 max HP. So Exert is replace all sides with blanks until the end of the next turn. So if you use it at all, you don't get anything for the next round. There's also Square Wheel. Replaces the 3 right sides with gain 1 reroll cantrip and blank and blank. So a cantrip space, if you roll into it, it immediately activates. And you can roll away and roll into another cantrip and it'll activate as well. So it's the ability to take actions in your rolling phase. Does anyone have a bad enough dice that that's like a good idea for them? Kind of the mage, but it takes away one of their 2 mana spaces. I don't like that. Who just wants to like turn up and just be big? I guess like Iron Heart for Armorer maybe? Let's do that. Revert all changes to the top side. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the top side is replace all sides with blanks until the end of the next turn. Right, so the spanner is just undoing what the Iron Heart is doing here. No super huge reason to do that, I don't think, though. I do wonder if it would be able to protect a side from changing to a blank after exertion. Not sure. Okay, we have a bandit here, mercenary, flees if an adjacent monster is overkilled by 2 or more, and then we have the war chief, which just has 3 damage sides, that's all it does, and is a commander, +1 to all sides for all monsters. I think we should take out the war chief as quickly as we can. I'd really like to get the 2 mana on my healer. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna push my luck. I'm not even entirely certain what I was looking for, unfortunately. Ouch. Tough turn for us. Tough turn indeed. So I think we're going to aim to try and overkill the war chief in order to just make the bandit immediately flee. Yeah, so here's our blanks on the armorer, no matter what we do. I really need 2 mana. Can't believe it didn't get it. Ouch. So I'm not going to be able to overkill the war chief. Okay. Fine. We'll strike it with 2 damage from 2 different targets, use a burst to murder it, saving the mage on the bottom line, and then I'll use a mend in order to keep the thief alive. it's just going to get increasingly difficult to keep the thief alive. Thankfully, the bandit is really targeting my highest HP characters consistently, so that's good for me. I'm gonna buff this 2 times, so it'll do 2 more damage and also shield me for 2 more. So we're double dipping on that with the armorer's shielding of the brute there. Take the damage from that, take the damage from that. Oh my god. Yeah, that'll do it. Get him! Goodbye to the bandit and hello to the rogue. Rogue, good to see you, rogue. We see these cantrips here. It's just 1 damage cantrip, activates as it rolls face up. We also have 1 damage poison on each of those other sides, and 2 damage cruel. Cruel does 2 times as much damage to targets on half or less HP. This final side is also dodge all enemy effects and attacks this round. Can be huge if everyone's targeting the thief and then they just dodge every attack. We also have Caldera, a cruel single use of 3 damage, as well as a mana gain, 1 mana gain, 1 mana gain here as well. So there's 1 damage and mana gain. So it'll give you the same amount of pips as you deal in damage. And then we have 2 mana, 2 mana. The ability changes to Scald, 2 damage to all damaged enemies for 3. I kind of want to play with Caldera here. I'm thinking, like, if you smith one of Caldera's mana gain sides, it does 3 damage and gives 3 mana. That's huge. Oh, but I guess that also counts for the rogue's poison sides. And for the rogue's ability to double its damage of cruel. Although, same again for Caldera. I'm going to take Caldera. Because I've never taken them off camera. I've had a fair few runs of this game to make sure that it's something that I find interesting, unique, and deep. And it is. But I still want to make sure there's stuff for me to see for the first time on camera. We see a crone here who has the ability Top Spark in their HP bar. And that is when we go and destroy that HP, Top Spark will trigger 2 damage to the topmost enemy. So to my Theft. Yeah, I'll take 2 mana from Caldera there. 2 armor shield those targets. So both of these, oh my god, both of these goblins are targeting the thief. It will be pretty difficult to save the thief this round if I can do it if I really want, I guess. Ooh, nice. The brute's gonna have the ability to stun. Oh, wow. Wait a second. Thief? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to roll this and then I'll point out what I think I've spotted here. The armorer has a heavy attack here. So that heavy attack will hit the crone, which will then deal 2 damage to the thief at the top. So everyone's dealing damage to the thief at the top. That's just guaranteed, no matter who you are. One thing I could do to change that would be to attack it first with the thief. I don't like that. Don't like that one bit. So the brute can stun one of the incoming goblins. If the brute was only dealing damage this turn, I think we actually have the kills. I'm gonna let the thief die. Literally, I would only need to do 1 more damage to that goblin and then the other one would run away. So, knowing that, let's just end that round. Choose an item. Rejuvenation Wand. Replace the top and bottom sides with heal, single use, 10. And Sprout 3 cost, heal 3, channel. Channel costs -1 mana each time it's cast, to a minimum of 1. That seems huge. I'm taking that. Let's put that on the healer. Just get access to an extra spell there. So here we have snakes that have poison sides, higher and lower poison sides, and slate. Tough. Each of their HP of the slate must be removed individually. They also have AoE damage and 7 damage to a single target. I mean, that is the best side the thief has. I've got to keep being realistic about what the actual best reasonable possibility I can accomplish is. So the armor is going to buff Caldera. Caldera has now got 3 damage on the mana gain attack. The mana gain attack is going to pop there. I'm also going to have the Brute attack on the bottom and then attack there. Skull to kill. And we'll mend the thief to keep them alive. Skull to kill by doing damage to both of the enemy's damaged characters already. So I'll just lock in pretty much any damage effects I get here because it doesn't matter how large the damage effect is, just that I have a damage effect. Perfect. Let's go mend. I'll just save on to the rest of them because I can just burst multiple times next turn if I need to. I don't need to get fancy with this. We should easily have the close. Yeah, the shielding is actually not going to help us. My god, we've been rolling really well in terms of getting mana here. It's so good. 1, 2, and get him. Burst him. Ooh, a couple different upgrades here. We have the Trapper. The Trapper has a side that says kill an enemy with 4 or less HP, ranged. Just kills it. Doesn't deal damage, kills it. That allows you to bypass a couple of things, which we'll actually see some of in this fight. Not that it would have been able to bypass them in this fight, though. 1 damage vulnerable. Inflicts vulnerable. Target takes 1 extra damage from dice and spells this turn. There's also shield 2 growth, so just grows after each usage. Remember that. And the Disciple is our upgrade for the healer here. Has heal 2, double use, can be used twice in a single turn. 2 sides with 2 mana, as well as a revive the topmost defeated ally. And a spell glow. Replace blank sides with heal and shield 3 this turn. I like that because that gives the armorer the ability to still do things on their exerted turns because I can change the blank sides that they have into heal and shield 3. I'm going to take the Disciple here. Also just give you the Sprout again. Slime Queen. Slime Queen has 15 HP. Has 1 ability, which is 9 damage heavy. Goes to the largest target, thank heck. Flanking. Hits the top and bottom enemies. 2 of those. And then some cleave attacks in here as well. The Slime Queen's real problem, though, is they summon a Slimer when you hit the split. So as soon as we take 6 HP from this character, they'll summon a Slimer, which is also a slime that summons slimes when it does damage to it. It's slimes! You've seen slimes! You've played games, I trust. Okay. Caldera, you can lock that in, you can lock that in. Wow. Rip. Okay, let's throw a bunch of damage at him. I could shield the armorer for 3 by using glow this turn, but I think I'm probably better served by keeping Scald in my back pocket. So the Slime Queen has 6 out of 15 HP, which means this cruel attack from Caldera will actually just kill that Slime Queen outright. I kind of want the Brute to roll stun if possible. Okay, we have 2 blanks here, which is a perfect time for us to use glow. We do get the stun as well, yay. So that was a cruel hit, so it did 6 damage. The Brute has the ability to stun the Slimer that's literally about to try and act. Wow. I actually don't need to use Glow this turn. I can, and I'll heal the Armorer for 6 if I do it. But I don't need to. I could instead use Sprout, heal them for 3, keep 1 mana, and have Sprout cost 2 less. Or cost 1 less, rather. I think I'll go with that. More reasonable in this fight. No one is defeated on my side, however, that can give me more mana. That's damage, that's damage. No one's defeated still. Well, you know that I don't. Buff Caldero's effect there. And... 2... 3... Because that will set up for a scolding time. Let's also do 1 burst there, yeah. I didn't need to do that. I could have just saved that extra mana for the next turn. In fact, it was a better idea to do so. Sometimes I will make decisions that are bad. For fun, you see. And also because I'm not a computer. Love those. Goodbye to 1 slime, 2 slime, 3 slime, 4 slime. Slime, let's try and escape. I'll let him flee. Well done. You made it out. Okay. Mini crossbow. Replace the rightmost side with damage, 2 damage ranged and engage. This is actually really important. Engage does 2 times damage to targets on full HP, so it's really good for just trying to immediately knock a target. A lot of enemies do have 4 HP as well, so a mini crossbow that does 2 damage and doubles its damage against a full HP enemy, as we can see, like that'd kill a bones right now. There's also splitting arrows, replaces the 2 right sides with 1 damage ranged, cleave. Ranged attacks with cleave. Oh, that's really good with this armorer, because the armorer could make it 3 damage in cleave. Although the armorer could also make the mini crossbow do 8 damage in gauge. Oh, baby. If I get the splitting arrows, I'm putting it on the thief. If I get the mini crossbow, I'm putting it on the thief. I'm not going to be sad to have either of them, but I do want to have some AoE. Yeah. All right. Let's have a look at the new beasties. Bons has Bond Shards, which is when dead, it will deal 1 damage to adjacent allies. We also have the Fanatic here, who has huge damage sides. However, they exert themselves after they strike with these sides, or they deal damage to themselves, pain. So they take and deal 8 damage with the other sides. There's a Gahost. Gahost has a 4 damage descend, so it hits the target and the target below it. Has a 6 damage eliminate. Again, it's a little bit of keywords at the moment, but trust me, it'll be fine. 6 damage eliminate. Target must have the least HP. It's a targeting effect that they're choosing there. And then 2 damage poisons. Cool. All looks good to me. Now, I can exert that in order to stun the Fanatic this round. The Fanatic is doing 7 damage exert. That's pretty big. I would really like to prevent that if possible. Also going to save mana. Oh, wow. With this AoE, I can actually get a really good Scald off early. First, I'm going to strike the Fanatic there. Send some damage through. Which is enough to allow me to stun the Fanatic this round. So scalding the enemies, despite being available to me this turn, will kill my Thief. So I'm going to protect my Thief this round and possibly scald next round. Heck, maybe I even get this Bones on the bottom with the new Scald. If I dealt 2 damage to that Fanatic, I would be able to kill it with this Cruel attack. Good. Does my Brute need damage right now? Any other side's fine for damage, though. Okay. Fanatic now takes 6 damage from the Cruel attack because it's lower than half HP. Trying to save as many of my people as I can. Unfortunately, this Ghost is going to become immune this turn after it takes 2 damage. Yeah, so the heavy attack doesn't allow it to be really targeted as well as I might otherwise hope. Okay, I know how to save us. I'm using Glow. We'll have this Armorer saving the Thief, and then use a Burst to save Caldera. Keeps everyone around for the next round, which should be more than enough actions for us to be able to clean up the enemies here. Especially because some of these enemies are going to be dealing damage to each other. Wow, that didn't work out. Which is okay. Scald and... well, yeah, I guess. I can do that defense there. Doesn't really matter. Bones try to escape, and we'll let him. Ooh, Ranger! The Ranger is so interesting here as well because it has 2 blank spaces here, so our splitting arrows still stay. Yes, we will always have a ranged attack coming out from this Ranger. And always have pretty good things to modify with a smithing. We can see also, in between these rounds, we are on fight 10 out of 20. Definitely taking the ranged AoE. Okay. We have imps. Imps are spiky. On hit, they damage the attack of a 1. Ranged attacks will miss that on hit effect. Sniper starts in the back line, has 5 damage and 4 damage eliminates. There's a Slimer, we've seen that before, and another imp. The imps, importantly, do have the ability to summon bones. One of the most annoying things they can do to us. I'm gonna immediately murder Slimer. Summoning out 2 Slimelets here. And we'll kill one of them while taking a little bit of a pot shot against the sniper in the back line. All's going well. 2 damage for a back line, that's a sniper dead. 3 damage is fine, I guess, still. Oh, and of course it doesn't matter what the armor even rolls here. It's all exerted. Okay, I'm gonna have the Brute attack one of the imps and use Scald here in order to kill 2 of the targets on the field. Actually, hang on, I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna hit you first and then Scald in order to kill everyone. Tankard, +1 to all sides for each stack of poison on you or Alembic. Replace the middle left side with add mana gain and pain to the target side this turn. +1 to all sides for each stack of poison on you. You know what? I'm going to take that and I'm going to give it to the Ranger. The Ranger's not commonly going to get poisoned, but if they do, they will become ridiculously powerful instantly. Okay, having access to a stun on round 1's pretty great. Yeah, all of that's pretty good, actually. So I'm doing 3 damage. Yeah. 3 damage in AoE. And then here, if I Scald, that makes it enough that I can stun the Spiker, preventing the incoming damage that would kill Caldera. All I have to deal with is the poison from the ghost this round, and then we move onwards and upwards. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'll take the extra stun. Stunning the Spiker definitely seems like a fun time for us. And doesn't matter what the armor gets, they can't lock it. Okay. Ghost down, and the Spiker doesn't attack. I will lose a mana at the end of this round if I don't do anything with that. So I'm going to use Glow, and then have the armor just heal themselves for 2. Perfection. That should already just be enough damage for us to kind of run all over the enemy here. So we've got 6 mana, so I can just burst 3 times for 6 damage already. Let's give the kill to the Ranger. All right. Next up, we have the upgrade for the Armorer or the Disciple. Oh, I don't want to lose my smithing sides. They're so good. Although I really no. Glow's the one I would lose. I would still get to keep Scald. Okay. Profit. The leftmost side is heal 3, rescue. This side can be used again if it saves a hero. There's also mana gain 2 and heal 2. So you gain 2 mana and heal a target for 2. And vitality. Heal 4 and also grant 4 max empty HP this fight. There's also finally soothe. 4 mana spell, heal 1 to all allies, and regen. Regen also heals for 1 at the end of each turn. The only problem here is that the Disciple no longer having mana spaces makes it a lot hard. Well, actually, no, the Prophet does have mana spaces, the heal sides. Okay, never mind, we're fine. Yay! I'm just gonna have to remember that. I can use those. All right, looks like this is a big boss space here on level 12. We're up against the Lich. The Lich has 2 spaces of Petrify. Petrify transforms 2 sides to stone this fight. They start in the back row as well, this Lich. They also summon 2 bones on a different and deal 1 damage to all enemies and weaken. Weaken reduces sides this turn. This is going to be a tough fight. I guess it really depends how much access to AoE we get. I mean, very honestly, a 5 shield is pretty huge for me right now. The Armorer can just immediately kill one of the bones. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we live. Let's start off by striking down that target on top, saving Caldera's life. I want to set up the ability to Scald, so I'm gonna set up for an AoE. Everyone has lost HP. We should stun the target that's doing the most damage this round. And then finally, I'll give the extra max HP to Caldera. We're going to need access to Scald, and if we lose Caldera, we won't have their spell. Heal 2 and Mana 2 is actually huge for us right now. I don't really care super much about ranged attacks to a single target. I mean, if it was doing 4 damage, unfortunately, all of these have already been damaged, so it's not really going to help us as much. Caldera, yeah, I'll lock that in. That's good enough for me as well. Oh, perfect. Let's get a Scald going on. Caldera can then get even more bones destroyed. Wait, no one's even taking damage this round. The Lich is summoning 2 bones commonly. However, the bones are at least dealing damage to the Lich when they die, so we are still pushing damage through. There's a healthy, safe equilibrium for us right now. Absolutely, I'll take the AoE here again. Can I get a smithing side, please? Oh, baby. Incredible. Okay. Let's... Yes! Let's fight them this way, because it'll now allow me to strike 1 more target. And... Scald all the way through him. We're doing real well here, I think. I think this Lich is going to be made short work of quite soon. Okay. That'll do it. Let's burst the bones. Then I can kill one of you with the ranged attack that engages. Heavy exert on another one. I thought I was going to be able to get enough targets down, but I forgot the Lich was going to be summoning 2 targets ahead of itself again, because the Lich is in the back row, so I can't target it directly. Yeah, man, that's a completely fine roll for me. Okay. Spell Mark. Mark. 4 mana to cast it, 2 damage, and vulnerable. So it makes the target vulnerable. I mean, making the target vulnerable so they take extra damage from dice and spells this round, I think that'd increase the effect of my mana gain on Caldera. That's kind of cool. There's also the Glyph of Purity. Add Cleanse to the top and bottom sides. Reduces negative effects by N. Oh, wow. Having the Prophet cleanse with their healing actions as well. Oh, wow. We could even do it with the Armorer's Cleaving Shield, although I never really cast that on my own characters. Oh. I really like the idea of the spell Mark. But I don't have any cleanse yet, and I'm going to need some. Because we're going to start encountering a lot of poison. Hydra! 5 heads. Dies if damaged 5 times in a turn. Let's see if we can do that. We also have 5 damage cleave attacks on it, 10 damage individual targets, 2 damage weaken cleaves. Let's continue. Let me kill the sniper immediately, please. One, two, three. Like, if I can just kill the Hydra in the first round, we absolutely do that. The armorer would just need to roll damage. Can the armorer roll damage? The armorer has exactly 1 damage space. Oh, that's... that's possibly a problem. My god, it's not a problem. Never mind, never punished. Heals there. Burst, and... goodbye to the Hydra. Sniper is trying to flee. Will you let them escape? Absolutely. They just saw me kill a Hydra on turn 1. It's only fair that they want to escape right now. Okay, Brute can upgrade into the Curator. Curator has 6 damage plus 3 pristine. So does twice as much damage if you have full HP, which we have a pretty good healing character here in the Prophet. We also have Curator's Rampage, 2 damage Rampage, can be reused if this was lethal. Cruel attack for 3, so double damage again, ranged engage, a cantrip. This Curator has some really interesting signs. And also, a final side that's just 6 damage. Death. You die. Speaking of the death mechanic, we also have the Valkyrie here. Valkyrie has 10 max HP as an upgrade from the Armorer. Unfortunately, again, is going to be losing smithing sides, which I am so keen on, but we would in return be getting 4 damage Death Wish. Death Wish does 2 times damage if you are dying this turn. There's also Shield 2 Rescue. We've seen the Rescue before. That is, a sign can be used again if it saves a hero. Target ally cannot be killed this turn, and revive the 2 topmost defeated allies. I really do like being able to revive allies. This Curator is too interesting. The ability to get multiple different actions out of the same die is, I think, like one of the most important things that you can do in this game. I mean, 2 armor cleave might actually be huge for us right now. Interesting. All right. We'll do that. The Ranger has that AoE that it can hit. Honestly, I'm not entirely certain what to do here. Let's quickly just go to the Basilisk to show you them. They have weaken in AoE and the cleave and 2 damage poison. You know, they do some stuff. They also have petrify. On hit, turn the attacking side to stone. So whatever you use to attack them is stone. I mean, I really kind of want to do a big hit against it really quickly, but the Alpha also summons wolves, which is a lot. So I kind of want to try and kill the Alpha really quickly. You can do 6 damage with the Curator. The Alpha has 13 HP. So 6, 2, 8, 9. I can't kill it, but I can get pretty close. I think I should. I think it's the most sensible thing for us, actually, unfortunately. Especially because the Armorer basically didn't get to do anything that round. Basically. Okay, that range attack kills one of the gnolls instantly. This Curator attack can kill the Alpha and let us keep attacking after that. Okay. So I can save the gnoll on the bottom by instantly just killing it. I guess. And then we... Man, I really want to get Soothe out at some point. That kills and it rampages, so it can keep going if it wanted to. Yeah, this is the annoying thing, right? Knowing that I lose my curator here unless I want to go all in on healing them. I'm going to go all in on healing them. And I'm going to set up the ability to kill that Null later. Really glad to have a cleansing side as well now that we have some poison coming out here. Not that I'm using it to prevent the poison at the moment, but I could do. I theoretically could do. Cruel damage to double is pretty good. Sick. Okay, I'm going to exert to buff the Rampage dice. I'm so glad that I get to be able to do this here as well. Kill the Null, and it's still rampaging, so you get another 4 damage out of it. It's huge! You have 12 health. So I do 2 more damage, and then half or less HP. We kill the Cruel Attack. Dragon Pipe. +1 to all heal / self-heal sides. So that would give +1 to both of the mana gain sides here as well to the profit side of heal 3, recover 1. All heal, self-heal sides. Yeah, I have no other self-heal, so that's fine. And then there's Iron Helm, +6 max HP. Who wants max HP that bad? Who's like thirsty as hell? No one. Taking the Dragon Pipe. Dragon Pipe is going to go on the Prophet, and then the Prophet's just going to give the spell to someone else. We have a Troll. Oh, we are now on the Transistor original soundtrack, apparently. Oops. Let's loop back to into the Breach one. My bad. Okay. 3 mana on turn 1, so good. How are you going to turn that down? So we have a Troll here who has the 3 damage cleave. They also have 2 damage to all enemies, or 1 damage cleave poison. They also have the modifier of regen. They regen 1 at the end of each turn. And here's Demon, who has 6 damage inflict pain. So they will make my sides deal pain. So whatever I roll will deal damage to me. 2 damage to all enemies, as well as summon and imp. And snakes. We've seen snakes before. Also, they have Hellfire. On hit, deal 6 damage. So we can avoid that on hit multiplier if we use a ranged attack to get over the hump there. Which we may well do. Oh my god, we are going to do. Incredible. My Ranger, I actually want to get poisoned as well. Oh, this is so good. Okay. Let's... We buff the Ranger. We use the Pristine attack here against the Demon. And then the Ranger does the AoE attack there. We use the Cure there to make sure that the Armorer doesn't get a single tick of poison on them, though they wouldn't even... Oh, wow. Annoyingly, I'm actually way too good right now. I want the Ranger to get poisoned. So I'm intentionally not gonna kill the top target. It would be targeting it with the Cruel single use, and then using Scald to kill both of the snakes at the same time. But I do want the Demon down first, if possible here. So I guess I'm just gonna hold on to my mana. Alternatively, I could use 2 of it to protect the Armorer a little bit right now. That doesn't make sense. I want the Ranger to have full access to their AoE abilities here. Oh, 3 damage. 3 damage AoE without the armorer. It's so good. It's incredible. There it is. Let's go. Curator. Big damage right there. Big AoE damage right there. Then bunch of mana for us. I can leave the range of poison still. That's completely fine. In fact, I could even soothe finally. The enemy has more than 8 HP. I know that 2 mana does 2 damage with bursts, so I know that I could have done 8 HP immediately if I wanted. Yeah, and I'm gonna soothe. And then double burst you. Regenerate 1 health at the end of turn. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we already now have the damage we sought. Get him! Stalwart. And the Ghast. The Stalwart is... again, no, my armorer. However, they have shield 3 cleanse, shield 3 cleanse. They also have shield 2 cleave. I may just need to get rid of the Ironheart at some point. Like, I would like people to be able to use their abilities 2 times. There's also 5 damage exert on this Stalwart who... I mean, I guess if I had someone who had exert on all of their sides, giving them exert on all of their sides just gives them +1, so that'd be huge. There's Ghast here. 5 mana, but death. Unfortunately, we also lose the Caldera ability of Scald if we take that. However, we get Harvest. For 1 pip of mana, it kills an enemy with exactly 1 HP and gives us +2 mana. I mean, if my other spells were really good, maybe. Caldera AoE is really good for me a lot of the time already, though. Yeah, especially because we're about to go into the Tarantus fight. Summon 3 spiders, has 3 spiders on the field. I think I'm going to need my AoE with me. Oh, but if I'm not exerting on the Ranger, I guess I'm either losing the ability to support the AoE of other targets with the shield, or I'm losing the ability to support AoE after the fact with Scald. Having the ability to weaken a target single use is pretty big. Like, this is going to summon 3 spiders. If I weaken it single use, it would summon 1 spiders. How many sources of 3 damage do I have? Because if I have a lot of sources of 3 damage, then I know that I've got the ability to harvest consistently here. I just don't think I have a huge amount of that. Hopefully the Ranger gets poisoned in this fight, I guess. I'm going to try out the Ghast. Give it a God's honest attempt here. Okay. I mean, one of the least exciting sides that we can get for our Ranger. However, I know they're getting poisoned this turn. Hell yeah! Hype. Any amount of AoE makes that a kill on a spider at least. I don't know if that's enough to lock. Not when you have the Death Wish side. Ooh, you have that as well. Great. Ghast is fine. Boy. Big hit, big hits. The Ranger is going to need to be able to sustain having poison on them, so I'm going to give them more max HP. I'm trying to think if there's any creative way to account with Harvest right here. It's like doing an AoE attack and then doing the Curator as a follow-up in order to only deal 2 damage to that target so that I can harvest from them. That would get 2 spiders off the field this round. Right? Because the Curator could kill a target, and then I could do an AoE effect here, but then I would burst the final target and I wouldn't have enough mana to actually murder them. However, if I go AoE hit, kill that, we can harvest this spider and then burst this spider and then harvest this spider, giving us 2 of the spiders off the field. The ranger on the top still gets to keep their poison for the next round. I think that went really well. Finding little situations like that where the obvious best line of play is actually not the obvious best line of play. Oh, baby, I love it. Woo! What an incredible feeling. Roll it again. It's not going to get us anything. I mean, here I can just take out targets, right? I don't think I'm making an awful mistake right now, but I do feel like it. Maybe I should get some more focus on Tarantus quickly here. Okay, there's an AoE. We take those. Speaking of AoE, and we take them. Let's get a heal. The ability to weaken a target for 2. Honestly, weakening a target right now, not huge. Not huge. Oh my god. I'm rerolling the Ranger. Yep. So here's why I'm rerolling the Ranger this round. It's time for the Curator to go on a goddamn rampage. 1 down. 2 down. 3 down? Oh, do you have 4 across, actually? Okay, I guess I do want to save the Ranger's life or whatever. So, let's weaken you. Next round, the Tarantus is going to devour the topmost enemy, right? It will kill my Ranger. But if I can keep the Ranger alive until that round, I can get more actions out of it. So Sprout will keep you just alive. Tarantus is doing 3 damage poison and weaken, both at the same time. Oof. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the worst case I can do with the Ranger is 2 damage, so more than fine to push my luck a little bit there. Curator, death you die. Not keen on doing that, please. Of course, that's why the game immediately gives it back to me. Oops. Lose a hero by using an ability. Unlocks an item, Thimble. Immune to damage during your turn. As we accomplish more and more things that the game finds unique or remarkable or commentable in some way, they will be unlocking more things for us. So we'll be unlocking more heroes, more items, more monsters, more keywords. Yeah, baby. Oh, there's so much. Oh, there's so much in here. You see why I'm so excited now? Now, guess I could Just burst 2 times? I could have also had the Curator just kill the Titaris there, I guess. If I really wanted to. Let's go for a interesting kill and harvest Tarantus. Serration. Add vulnerable to the top and bottom sides. Target takes +N from dice and spells this round. Man, if I could give like vulnerable in AoE to the Ranger and then just use Caldera. No, I don't have Caldera! But hang on. The Ghast? With vulnerability? The Ghast? Oh my god. Also, there's Cocoon. Add Era. +1 at the end of each turn. And -1 to all sides. So on the first turn, it'll be worse. On the second turn, it'll be normal. And then on the third turn, it'll be better. I'm taking Serration. And then... yeah, I guess you don't really have poison on you that much. Yeah, I do need that to be on the archer, so we'll do that there. Ooh, a couple new targets here in Wiz. The Wiz has... Oh, we rolled a cantrip attack and it hit a spiky enemy, so he took 2 damage. Wiz starts in the back row, is stunned when you hit them for 2 damage. They can summon 3 bones. My god, they are rough. And 3 damage to all enemies, 5 damage weaken, 4 heal to all allies. Yeah, they are tough, tough stuff. That's the vulnerability maker. Great. Let's get the mana out of that as well. We can heal the Curator, so the Curator gets the extra damage out of that hit anyway. So, heal the Curator. The Curator is now pristine on this hit. However, I will buff this first. This attack ranged in AoE for that, afflicting everyone with vulnerable. They have 3 vulnerable as well. Oh, that means target around the front enemy. Damn it. Let's pristinely kill you, and then target an enemy in the front row. But I don't have an aim yet. Oh, okay. Harvest can only target enemies in the front row, even if there's only enemies in the back row. Really? That doesn't seem right. Burst can target the back row, even if... I don't understand. What is happening? And then the Harvest allowed me to hit the enemy in the back row there. Weird. Alpha Strike. Win on the first turn gives you the item Hourglass. On turn 1, give all of your sides +1. Oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I don't have any... I guess the Ghast could have the AoE thing. So here's the problem. Fencer looks incredible, and it has 1 damage to all enemies as one of its abilities. You also have Granite down here, which is Shield 2, Repel. 2 damage to all enemies that are attacking this target. Redirect all enemy attacks from an ally to yourself and self-shield. Also, deal 2 damage, Steal. Steal modifies the 2 damage by the amount of current shields you have. So if you have 2 shields and 2 damage Steal is 4. Stun an enemy with lesser or equal. It's got to be the Fencer out of these two, as much as I kind of don't really want to change the Ranger. We'll give the Ghast those, vulnerable to the top and bottom sides. That's 3 vulnerability that they're applying with the Fencer there, at least. It's still fine, I think. Feels a little worse. 2 damage to each of you. I have a lot of damage at my disposal if I use it correctly. Do I have enough damage to kill anyone? No. So I can't do 5 individual hits here. That's just not possible for me, I don't think. So either do 4 extra damage on an individual target or 4 extra damage AoE, depending on who I buff with the armorer. I'm going to go here because the curator really wants the defense as well. And I might have the ability to save them with a burst. In fact, I will have the ability to save them with a burst. No one's getting poisoned or anything like that, so we just cast this randomly. The effects, and... Brust. Oh boy. Huge numbers coming out of the enemies consistently here. Oh! The rescue side is here to help us. Ranged on the no. That's a pretty good side, I guess. Okay. First things first, let's use the health to save a bunch of people. Look at all that health. I managed to heal 12 hearts there, and the prophet still gets to use the ability again. The ability to multi-dip on individual dice is good. It's very important. Is one of the kinds of things I'm going to be optimizing a lot towards. One of the quick heuristics I'm going to be using for figuring out what's up. Okay, I can't use the vulnerability as well as Harvest to kill an enemy. I figured that was probably not guaranteed to work, but I did want to see. Now, by removing the amount of damage or reducing the amount of damage the armor was going to be taking here, I can heal you to save you and still use the heal again. So we get a total of 18 points of healing out of that one action this round. That's 18 effective points of healing. Like, those hit. We had 20 actual addressable points. Oh, 5 instances of damage becomes a lot easier when we have a cantrip going out already. Yeah, this should already be enough. Boom. Goblet of Life. Replace the middle left side with Heal and Shield 2. Cleave. Self-heal, self-shield. 4 hide braces! +2 to the top of the bottom, baby! Ooh! Oh, that could go in the crater! Oh, that could go on the prophet. Actually, no, the prophet needs these 2 specifically. Oh, the curator having the ability to use the rampage multiple times over is so ridiculous. It simply must be done. So we see a new enemy type here in the zombie. 4 rotting. Dies if it takes 4 or more damage in a single attack. Okay. Everything's feeling pretty good here. Don't really want that ability. Ah, well, I guess I'm gonna do that. Okay. Let's have the curator immediately murder. One zombie. Then the fencer is going to target this one. The ghast follows up. This one hits 4 damage on that zombie, killing it. We can defend those spaces and get some mana. And I don't need to do anything ahead of time here. Having regen set up from early on, I think, would be incredible, but it always feels like the fight needs to end faster than that. That's the AoE from Ghast down there at the bottom. I'm fine with that. Oh my god. Curator, you absolute legend. Are we ready? Murder. Murder. Good work, Curator! I'm gonna do 6 damage to this demon. Follow up with a ranged attack in order to get over the hump that would have killed me. Curator kills you then. Let's heal up our Curator as well. Wait, no, I have lethal. 1, 2, 3. Murder. Rampage, baby! Oh, it's so good! Poet. Has target hero can use their dice again. Has shield 2 charged. Has shield 2 to all allies. And 2 that shield 1 and cantrip. Poet is huge. I wonder, would Exert trigger on a cantrip? Activates during rolling if it lands face up. And then Exert says replaces all sides with blanks until the end of the next turn. I don't know how that would work. We also have a keeper here. Shield 2 and repel, as well as the shield effect. And adds self-heal and self-shield to target sides this turn. We're up against Hexia. Pain Mirror. On hit, attacker takes equal damage to me, and mana burn whenever mana is spent, deal that much damage to the bottom hero. I want the poet. I really do want the poet, but the problem is if the poet can't use the Iron Heart, I'm gonna need to... I'm also losing my AoE smithing. I'm losing that no matter what. I'm taking the bullet. And revert all changes to the top side. Yeah, I don't think I have any changes I want to revert. As I said, 0 tier items are very situational. This is level 20 out of 20. Our final boss fight. Incredible rampage. I want to give him 5 max HP. This early on in the fight, giving 5 max HP to a character might not be a bad idea. Hmm. 3 damage. This will do 5. So 3, 5, 8. And then I would be able to kill the demon. The curator is going to be able to slay 3 people and then move on to Hexia this round. Oh boy. Wait, I'm going to undo. I'm going to claim all of them except for the... Oh my god, we even get the ability to cast again. Oh, wow. Okay, I have to try this. I just need to see if I can do this. Not... No, because the attacker takes equal damage. So Hexia's gonna, like, absolutely destroy us if we try and do anything like this. Okay, fine. Let's target the Demon. Curator. And target the demon again. I think what I might actually want to do this round is double up on giving HP to people. There we go. Get 10 max HP out on my units. Hexia summons a demon, but we managed to take down a demon as well as 2 imps in the first round. So, see me shake, see me shimmer. I'm going to kill the demon this round, so the Prophet's damage doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm not going to let the Ghast die. If possible here. I really do want to do 6 damage to Hexia while it's available. This is just 6 damage. Inflict pain. You also give me inflict pain. I will need to damage Hexia. Let's give some health to the fencer just to balance that out a little bit. Only appropriate that the last fight is tense. I mean, that's basically one of the best things that we can do is the Prophet effect there. And my cleansing... Yeah, my cleansing can remove inflicted, so I can just cast that on myself. I do want to try and still take care of both demons here if possible. That's good enough. That'll kill a target. I'll take the recast because that's just pretty good too. Thankfully the Ghast doesn't roll dying again. We can do burst harvest stuff this turn. Right, so I still took the damage to the pain initially there, unfortunately. But I did heal it up actively at the same time, too. So that's dealing damage to the Ghast while we're doing that as well, unfortunately. Did forget about that. This is getting difficult. If I sprout a... No, I can't sprout anyone to the point that they'll be able to defeat the demon, unfortunately. What I really need to do is get like a soothe out across my entire party and then maybe even a sprout. Let's also make sure that we keep the poet alive. Never mind. The Ghast dies if I do that. Ugh. Okay, hang on. Well, maybe I can't use Soothe this round then. Like, I'm gonna have to go for Sprouts instead. So we Sprout you to save you, and then I could Burst to save the Poet. Yeah, I guess. It's the only way to still have them alive as far as I can see. And then if I use the Sprout, the Ghast dies, unfortunately. I really want the Curator to be doing more damage this turn, but I can't do it like that. Man, I really wanted to use Soothe this turn. This sucks. Everyone's summoning with every turn they do. Why? Baby the Jagger, wham. There's the vulnerability set up. Ghast with the attack. Oof. Inflict pain is going to kill everyone with that attack. All right, let's see what we can get done. So, if I mean, the Curator is also going to inflict pain on them. If I attack that demon, then this Ghast hit kills that demon for us. The Curator now has the ability to take out the Imp. I wonder if it's better for me to just bounce a bunch of Sprouts now. Because it heals for 3. No, I'm going to go Soothe. Yeah, because Soothe is going to be 1 health every single round, and there's going to be a lot more rounds still, I think. Max HP with health. Actually, do I want max HP with health? Maybe that's not what I want. Yeah, there's enough other good sides on the dice that I thought that was worth a gamble still. Okay. Defense against all sides. And... 7 damage. Let's Sprout there. And once more. Giant hit towards Hexia, and I'm going to increase the health and vitality of the Inner Ghast. We get Inner Strength. Give a hero plus 10 max HP. Unlocks an item, which is Second Heart, which is bonus max HP is doubled, and give you an extra max HP. Neat! Every time I see something unlock, I'm immediately thinking about, oh, how could I exploit that in the next run? Which is a good sign, I think. Soothe Burst Harvest. I think we just keep rolling for a bit. That's fine. I mean, yeah, I can have my hero die in order to kill the enemy. That's completely okay. Let's heal up the Poet. Get more spell power afterwards as well. This is 6 damage, right? 6 damage, but death, you die. Well done, Curator. You got him. Classic normal, we have reached the end, level 20 out of 20, a current streak of 1, and we have the best streak of 1. Classic normal victory. Reached level 20 out of 20. Hell yes. Y'all, this has been a great amount of fun. I'm gonna play this again. I do know from experience that hard is hard, and that normal will still be important to teach us a lot in the near future. So we'll be playing normal probably again in the next episode. But until then, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slice and Dice 2.0. There is a link in the description down below for the itch.io page where you can pick this up for yourself at $7 USD or your regional equivalent. On screen right now is the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays at or above the thank tier. And a special thanks this episode to Sorathil. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see y'all next time.